What's going on, family and friends? It's your boy True Exodus here, coming in and showing you a 2,000 round review of the Agency Glock 19 Patrol. A lot of requests talking about this. I can't wait to share with you my experiences with the gun and so forth. So let's get to it. Like in all my reviews of carry guns, we usually talk about three things: the shootability, the reliability, and the price. And so I want to kind of go over that. You can get this package by sending in your Glock to Agency, and for $750 you will get this entire package minus the RMRs. Now, is that worth it? I don't really know, and you're going to go and see throughout this video if that's worth it to you or not. I think that's on the low end, so I think that's on a more affordable end for people who want to do different things to their guns and so on and so forth. But what you're paying for and what you're getting is the shootability factor, is how well does Agency make the stock Glock 19 shootable or more aesthetically pleasing. So let's talk about shootability. When we talk about shootability, what we're talking about is the pistol's ability to be forgiving in the fundamentals towards the shooter. So the lower the bore axis, the lower the felt recoil. The higher the bore axis, the higher the felt recoil. It's just physics. We need to go ahead and get over that. So therefore, there are certain guns that are easier to shoot than others. And what I'm saying, because it's already a Glock 19, it's pretty darn easy to shoot. The stippling that they've done on this gun is really, really nice. Even after it's been washed and cleaned and everything like that, it still feels really sticky, and I really do enjoy the whole stippling aspect of the gun. The grip, how I've been able to grip and shoot the gun, I really do dig it. The sights are just stock Glock sights, but I wanted to buy an SRO from Trijicon because I was really interested in the optic, and I was really interested on putting this and making this a carry gun and setting this up for carry style. And I have already, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. It's really easy for me to shoot extremely precise with this at 25 with a stock trigger, not necessarily with the trigger it comes with that Agency dropped in it, which we're going to get into right now. So for me, with this particular trigger, it's really hit or miss. And it's just, I think for me personally, when I press this trigger and I'm feeling it come back, there's just that wall, and it takes too much to get over that wall. It feels like the trigger's already back, so to speak. It feels like the trigger's already back and I'm already pressing enough, and then it decides somewhere in there, not to move, but to just release the striker. So I have a problem with that. And so how I've rectified that is I've swapped out the trigger at about 1,200 rounds when I found out the Agency trigger just wasn't breaking in. It wasn't fun to shoot. I was doing a lot of missing. I wasn't as comfortable and confident like I would be on a stock. So I switched it out with a stock, and I put about 800 rounds through it. And I've just really had a positive experience once I had the stock trigger in it. But I don't know what it is about Agency triggers. I don't know if it's because it feels like you're pressing up into the gun. I don't know what it is. It's just not something that I really care for, and I'm really sad to report that because I really gave it a shot. I really spent a lot of time under it, but I just couldn't make it work like I wanted it to. So there are obviously a lot of things that I do like about the grip and this whole texture. I do like the undercut that they've added. I do like the stippling. The stippling feels great. And I requested that there wouldn't be accelerator cuts put in mine. And the reason why is because when your thumb is on that accelerator cut, you're actually sitting lower on the frame of the gun, and that actually causes you to have less amount of leverage, in my opinion, and with my thumbs, than just having the stipple kind of reach out as a shelf right there. So I like that. It feels good. It does kind of look as if it was kind of sloppily done. But there's some points where they're really clean, like this whole cutout here for this looks super clean. I think they did a great job on this, and I like the rounded off there, and of course this is stippled down here as well. So I do like that. But the guns also seem, 2,200 rounds. For me, the trigger just feels really tight. It just feels like it doesn't really want to go when you start adding that small amount of incremental pressure at the very end. I feel like I have to add more into it, and it kind of moves the gun about in a very negative way. And it may just be how I'm used to pulling a trigger or whatever it happens to be, but that's just been my experience. So it's been a hot and humid past month. But as you can see the finish, you can see with a 9x19, you can see the Austria through the finish, and then you can actually see what looks to be little rust spots all over the gun. Now, obviously you gotta clean and maintain and take care of your guns, but that's exactly what I don't do. All right, so in about 2,200 rounds with this gun, I've had one failure to fire. So it wasn't a issue of a light primer strike or anything like that. It's Fort Scott munition. It was 60,000 rounds, and I've found one that has failed to fire, so I've been really happy with it. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it through the Indiana dirt test, which is taken on a hybrid form because it's been very rainy here. So we're putting this pistol down. We've got some dirt here, and we're gonna cover it just like well, it's more like a mulchy consistency. It's not really dirt. I kind of feel like this needs to get a lot dirtier than what it is. So come with me here. So self-defense situation. Self-defense situation. Pick it up. Rack it. Here we go. See if it works.
You think the SRO is going to work?
Ooh, that's a good question. Didn't lock back, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Let's get into some sand. All right, so it still looks like crap. Not changed it in any way. We just walked over here. We got sand. A lot of it's dry, some of it's wet down here, but we're just gonna do its thing. Oh my gosh. Drop it in there. Self-defense situation. Pick it up. Rack it. Video. Of course it worked. It's Glock 19. All right, again, so we've not done anything to the gun. And we're gonna take the gun, again. Oh, that's not even fully submerged. There we go. Fully submerged. And my kiddie pool. I do this to your gun so that you don't have to. And we're just picking it up with the water still. Failure to feed. One failure to feed. We're going to give it the benefit of the doubt because 80 grains the 80 grain Fort Scott munition cannot cycle a full slide, let alone if it's got water or any other debris in there. So I'm really interested to see how these 125s hold up. It's just fine. I don't know, I'll let you all be the judge on whether or not you want to give that benefit of the doubt. So the first 5 that we put after we dunked in the water, I mistakenly picked up 80 grains instead of 125, and so of course it wouldn't cycle it back. But I'll let you all be the judge on that. So after cleaning it and putting it in the ultrasonic cleaner, as you all see, it really just kind of took off the finish. This was not A, and that A as well. And it did on both sides. It just kind of took off the finish and made it look like that. And on the other side of the RMR, on the other side cut, it's all worn off as well. It just looks about as silvery as that A. But I also noticed little speckles of rust and things like that. And again, I just don't notice these things on, so I wasn't real happy with the slide work, especially with where it's left off from here. So that's where we're at. And what is there to say after all of this is said and done? This is going to be left up to you to decide. I don't really care about the finish of the gun, but people who are paying for it probably would. I didn't pay for this gun. So there's that. I also, while I do like the gun with the stock trigger in it, I don't like it with the agency. So really my question becomes, what am I paying agency to do to my Glock 19? And that's really the question you have to ask yourself. And like I said, I'm a Salient fanboy, and I think that this is a really fine pistol, but I think that it's more of a Glock than it is an agency, and all the things that I do like about it are things that I like more about Glock than I do about agency. So let that be that. There's your 2200 round review of an excellent pistol that I will continue to shoot and continue to use. True Exodus here saying, hold fast, stay the course. Out.